Hi, Dancing Rabbit. Still here, still haven't frozen solid. I think it's probably only down to about 60-65 degrees, but it's a little damp and breezy, and that's a big change from the high 80s that we've been used to around here. Okay, for October 15 through 20th, the question's about demons. You guys should give a commentary of the 72 demons found in our Scotia of the Lesser Key of Solomon. Well, maybe we should do a lot of things, but I'm certainly not going to comment on all 72 of the demons found in the Lesser Key of Solomon. But I will comment about demons in general and about the Key of Solomon and ceremonial magic in general, and I hope that this is at least somewhat helpful. The Lesser Key of Solomon is a book that was written probably in the 1600s. It certainly was not written or even sort of written by King Solomon from the Bible. There are prayers to Jesus, there are prayers to all sorts of Christianish type things that Solomon lived some 900 years too early to have even sort of known about. Ceremonial magic, Western ceremonial magic, is a magical system that was developed in the late Middle Ages, early Renaissance, and the idea is that by using words, written symbols, symbols drawn in the air, by using almost mechanical, Harry Potter-ish sort of magic, that the magician is going to summon spirits and be able to sort of capture them in kind of a genie's bottle and then command them to do things. It's based perhaps not on what most of us think of as Christianity, but it did come out of a Christian worldview, which views the world as evil or good, battling against one another, a dualistic sort of universe, which is quite different from modern paganism that views things more as a whole, as a unity, without the sharp division between material and spiritual. So the ceremonial magician is going to gain knowledge and power to be able to summon these spirits to do his bidding. And so he casts a magic circle around himself for protection. Now, when I cast a circle, I'm really not casting it to protect myself from anything, perhaps to shield out some of the distractions and chaos, like the dog next door barking or the neighbors next door on the other side's music, or maybe some of the confusion of my day that I don't want to bring into circle. But I construct a magic circle primarily as a sacred space to meet with my gods and as a vessel to contain the power that might be raised to do magic, but not as some kind of a force field around myself to shield me from beasties and nasties that might come in from the astral plane. The ceremonial magician is also going to construct a magic triangle or a magic square, or use a specially designed brass bottle to put these spirits into. Now, about the word demon, most Christians, particularly fundamentalist and Pentecostal Christians, use the word demon to indicate an evil spirit, a fallen angel, one of the followers of Satan who got kicked out of heaven and who's running around the world doing all sorts of devilment and trying to possess people. I don't think that this was the original meaning of the word, and I don't think that this was the ceremonial magician's understanding of the word. A demon or daemon is simply a disincarnate spirit, good, bad, or indifferent. And the 72 demons listed are categorized in a very complicated, hierarchical sort of classification system which was borrowed from medieval society, beginning with king demons and princes and so forth down the road. And each of them were in charge of different legions of other demons, and they had specific areas of duty, specific things that you could call upon them to go out and do for you. Now, that particular approach to spirituality or to magic has never really appealed to me, and so I have never even considered calling up demons to go do my bidding. If I'm going to work magic, I would invite one of the deities that I'm pledged to help me. I would invite the lords of the watchtower, which I don't see quite in the same way that the ceremonialists see their demons. They do have demons that, sort of correspond to the watchtowers. But I see the watchtowers as more archetypical, symbolic of the various physical states and the various mental states, the seasons, the directions, the actual elements, and so forth. So I call them, I attune to them. I don't so much command them to come to my circle as I acknowledge that they are already there, and I'm aligning or attuning myself with them. I raise power from the earth, from within myself, and I direct it out to do whatever it is that I need it to do. But I think that at least the verbiage or the images of what I'm doing is quite different from what a ceremonialist might do in calling up entities. So I really don't like to talk too much about things that I haven't personally experienced and give you sort of a book report video. But unfortunately this month that's sort of what I've done, because I've really never personally experienced either summoning one or more of the 72 demons, or Aleister Crowley, or particularly setting up game-type teaching experiences for students. Because as far as paganism, I've really never taken on any students, or particularly had the chance to, or even wanted to. I mean, I wrote a book, and so perhaps my readers might in some sense be students, but I didn't play games with them to try to teach them something. So I guess what I'm saying is that if this month's videos have been a little weak and maybe a little less than helpful, it's because perhaps you're asking the wrong questions, or you're asking some very good questions, but just of the wrong person, a person who has not had personal experience with these things. So, till next month, when we have a whole different set of questions, this is Dancing Rabbit, wishing you a very happy Samhain and lots of peace.